tired of this single cab with a long bed, just a single man going nowhere, grown weary of all the sunsets, all the yellows and orange and red, the long drives on an open road, and the Sunday afternoons. I'm tired of living this beautiful life without you. Without you. I wish you were there for that desert ride, and watch how the stars lit up the night.
Howdy, howdy. It's been a hot minute or two or three or four, 5 or 6. It's been a while. But you know, life's been a challenge, that whole thing. But I got a message today from Celobuki about a pretty amazing map that I have been waiting for. This one also kind of has a special place for me because when I first started on YouTube, this is the map that I started on. And if you're looking at it, you probably are going like, hey, wait, this looks familiar. Yes, this is Iowa Plains. I spent a ton of time on this map in FS22. I'm looking forward to FS25 as well. This is a very, very early version. It is not the final version, but I want to take it around, you know, show it off, because to me this is, I love Alma, but to me this map was one of the special ones that really got me into Farming Simulator. And I think it's one of Celobuki's best works, and it's still a work in progress, and oh my, it's already amazing. So I want to do a drive around the map instead of doing the flyover. I even like this is the edge of the map here, and it's like, it looks amazing. Like, that looks amazing. Well done. Like, it's like the map continues on. Oh yeah, we got the train coming along. But right here we have the BGA, which is the same as it was on the last version. And then let me hop back here in the truck. So we'll do a little drive around, kind of check everything out. Actually, wait a second. I just totally misled you. I think that's the BGA. This is this the, what is this? This is the fermenter. Okay. So let's head over here. So the fermenter, there's a lot of productions on this map, and there's some really amazing. It's just well done. So this will take our chaff, grass, and hay and give you silage and digestate out, which is pretty awesome. Let me head back over here to the truck real quick. And then we're going to head over here to what is the actual BGA. I'm glad that is on the map. I liked it in Alma, that fermenter. I ended up using it a lot in my series on that map. But right here we have our BGA. Pretty standard on there. Then we'll head back out here to the road as I learn how to drive again. As I try to learn how to drive. But this map is something special. So if we were heading to the farm, I would continue on that way. But we're gonna take a detour around the map and head out this way here. So one of the things that just makes this map amazing, besides just everything about it, you have to pardon me, I'm getting over being sick, plus some other things and allergies on top of that. But one thing that's really amazing about this map is it's not flat. It's flat-ish, but it's not flat. And on top of that, let me just make sure I have flat mode enabled here. On top of that, the fields, they fit like perfectly into the terrain of the map. Like it's just like these fields, like they just kind of fit naturally here, and I love that about it. Like it's a combination of magical terrain that just fits naturally, and you got these undulating hills. It's something special. On this early version, there is not traffic yet or anything like that, but you can picture where it's going, and it's amazing. I absolutely love it. We're gonna do a little bit of a speeding here in our truck. And I believe, nope, it's not up. The road is up here a little bit. So we're gonna check out this area over here on the left before we head up to there. I'll wait for the train again. So up here on the right, we have our livestock, the animal dealership here. Come on. I'm gonna go around. Of course, now goes. So over here on the right, we do have our animal dealership. And it does have some animals in it as well. This looks so good. I actually like this a lot better than what we had in FS22. The Iowa Plains FS22 was amazing, but this is so much better. I can't wait until you see the town. I know we're taking our time getting there. So over here we have our transfer to the silo for the train, and I believe this is over here is just a sell point. A big area too, which is kind of what you would see in a farmer. You're gonna have like the big co-op area. They're buying like from all the different farms and transporting it out. And I love how the complex just kind of keeps going off of the map. It just looks amazing. I love it. Alright, so let's head back out here. And we're gonna head over there to where that building is. But we're gonna take a roundabout scenic route as I learn how to drive. Go down this road here, and then over here on the right side. So in the final version 22, this actually became an abandoned area, but it is no longer. It's like some money came in here, spent some money, did an investment, and we now have our carpentry, timber construction, flooring, roofing. So we have a sell point here for our selling our wood, and then over here we have for buying the carpentry. And I did load in a bunch of money. But one of the cool things I like about 25 is you don't have to buy it to see what it produces. You can just go up here, it's sort of available, and check it out. So we have furniture, which is going to be coming from planks lawn, regular planks, or straight from wood. So you can do any of those to produce your furniture. From the carpentry, Then we're gonna head back up here to the road and take a right. Man, sorry. Like I said, combination of getting over being sick with the flu, and plus now I have allergies. It's allergy season, and it's just awesome. So we're gonna pull in here. Now this is amazing. Even got a little person there. I love it. So let's head down here this path, and this gives us like a little look over into one of the new areas on the map, which is this is pretty awesome. It's like it, and the funny, like the best part about this has nothing to do with farming. It's just a ton of time spent doing some decorating that makes the map feel real. And that's one of the things I love about maps, when there's not, you don't see this on a lot of maps. And this is like the differentiating for me between a standard, like, oh hey, here's a map, and like I want to call it a piece of art. Like a really top-notch map. It's like you have this level of detail on something that has nothing to do with farming, but just makes the map feel absolutely amazing. So you have like this recreational park area, which is a big part of any small farming town, any town really. You get people walking around, checking it out, socializing. You go over here to the deck. You got our waterfalls coming down here, feeding into the river, and that river just kind of meanders on down through the kind of little mini valley or mini, I don't know, crevice, whatever. It's cut through the land over time. But yeah, so we have this here. Actually, can I can pick this up. Can I throw it? I can move it around. That's awesome. All right. Before I get distracted here. Sorry, man, my throat. So up here we have the sawmill, where we can, I don't want to buy it, but this is the Jackson sawmill. And with this one, you can take our wood. This is important. This is where scenes are going to start getting interesting on this map. So we have our standard where we can go take our wood, make planks, long planks, wood beam. That's all standard. We got our wood chips, and our as a byproduct there. Also here we can make firewood, so keep that in mind, as this is a new thing. We can make firewood here. That's one of the new parts of this, is firewood, so we'll keep that in mind. And then this is our delivery area here for the wood, is right here. So let me get airborne again. We're gonna fly over the trees back down to our truck. And we're gonna hop over down the road here towards the town. And as we progress here, you'll see like where that firewood comes in handy. It is part of the new production chains that Celobuki has put in here, as well as some surprises, especially when we get down to the town here. This is not the same town that we had before, but before we get too far in the town, you thought I was going into town. We're gonna cut through here. We will get into town, don't worry. We will get into town. Just not yet. Just not yet. So let's make a little pit stop here. So this is another big production area, and it is so well detailed. This is our Iowa Plains water mill. Um, this thing's massive. So well done. I mean, it just fits perfectly on this map. It's just so beautiful. And let's just hop here into our productions here real quick. Let's see. Where's this one called? All right, it's the watermill, building watermill. Let's go ahead and buy it. So what we get with this is it's basically our granary, but with some special sauce. It's a little bit spicy. So we have here is our barley flour, which is basically barley into flour. And we have our corn flour, a special type of flour. And we have our fine corn flour, another special type of flour. And then standard fine flour, which is made from our dried grains, our dried sorghum, dried barley, dried oats. And then we're back down here, we're back down to our regular flours from oats. We have our rices and our sorghum and wheat. So basically we have the options of making flour, fine flour from the dried grains, and then our corn flour and our fine corn flour. So there's a bunch of new flours there as well. And I just realized, for some reason, my music stopped. I don't know why. I don't know what happened to the music. Oh. So I'm going to fix the music real quick because we kind of need it, you know? It makes it so much better. I'm just gonna dump all of, I'm not sure why, but I'm just, for some reason, since an update a little while ago, since Windows Media Player is having trouble playing music, it just randomly stops at times, and I don't know why. But there we go. We got music. We are back in business. All right, so let's continue on with our tour now that we have the, our jams going, because we need those jams. Actually, before we continue on in the truck, we're gonna get a little airborne here and just pop over to one little. You know what? We'll drive over there. Because, well, no. I kind of want to show off this road here, but I don't want to spend too much time driving around. So we'll kind of do a little fly through on this area over here. But this is the road coming out of here. And I love the way like the road just kind of, like this is very much the Midwest. Like you have, in some cases you have deep ditches and stuff like that because the roads are built the way the roads are built, but the terrain does not always follow that. And this, this is something you will see very much in the it's called the Heartland. It's flat, but it's not flat. I love this because this looks amazing. So over here we have our Grain Elevator Museum, where we get to restore this. So Celobuki was able to add this to this map as well, so you are able to reconstruct this, which is awesome to see. I love it. So let's head back over to our truck. And then we're gonna head into town finally and check out all the goodness that's there. I just want to point out, like this little pond area coming through from the little. So this falls from the creek where we were up there by the park recreational area. Comes all the way down here into this little pond that feeds all the way through here. Like, that's just amazing. It's amazing. All right, we're gonna head back up here, cut through here like where we came in, because I'm gonna continue our approach. Because the way this map is done was one of the reasons I really started falling in love with this map and really inspired me. And I love the ditches on the side of the road. In case you're wondering, yes, in real life they can't really be that deep. Pardon me, I'm gonna take a sip of water here to take care of my throat. And hopefully that will help a little bit there. All right. So here we are pulling into the town. And there's a lot going on here. You can tell this is definitely a small but older farming community, just by the way everything is done. And it's like, this is definitely like the little small farming community that you're gonna find, and they are scattered all around the Midwest. Well, pretty much anywhere around the country where you find farming, and even places where you're not farming, you're gonna find these little small communities all over the place. But we come in here, we do have our little bakery there, and then we have a dairy over here. This was not here before. It's cool to see. So I think we're gonna have to park and check some of these out, because there's some cool stuff going on here. So one of the ones, and this is awesome. We have our pancakes. So let's check out the pancakes here. Pancake house. So this is kind of one of the ultimate production point that you are looking for. And one of the things that's really cool about it is, it's to get your pancakes, you have to get all of these ingredients. So one of the ones that we already mentioned about was the fine flour. Then we have our standard stuff: sugar, milk, eggs, butter, blueberries, and maple syrup. So we'll talk about those here in a momento. It's the maple syrup one, pretty darn cool. Then over here we have our bakery. So if we look at the bakery, it's going to be pretty much your standard, except for one slight variance, and that's going to be your cornbread. Because that's a Celobuki staple right there. And then we have our tailor here. So our tailor shop is standard with just turning your fabric into clothes. And as we continue on here, borrowing from Alma, and I love it because every small town has at least one little small pizza place. And we do have our own pizzeria here, which is going to be taking flour, ketchup, and cheese for making a cheese pizza. And I think Celobuki is planning on adding more to that later, but I'm not positive on that. Over here we have our high school, and that has been a new build, new addition since the FS22 version. And then back here we have our Cedar Creek Juice Company. So if we check out what that is, that's going to be straight up your grape juice. So taking on the grape juice production, but with a little custom flair on it. And then over here we have, so this is the sugar mill. I was thinking it was sugar mill, but I wanted to double check before I said it. And actually, just to be totally honest, like you guys are watching this for the first time, and this is actually my first time seeing it as well. So we're kind of seeing it for the first time together. I didn't want to spoil it for myself. Hey Liz, how you doing? I'm gonna take another drink of water here real quick because the throat is killing me today. All right. Between the allergies and just getting over the flu, my throat is still not the best, but it's getting there. It's getting there. All right, so over here we have the Iowa Gold Press, and this is, I believe, just a sell point. No, it is in production. Okay, I think it's production. So we have, from this, we can make our oils. So we have our canola oil, olive oil, rice oils, and our sunflower oils. So lots of productions like here, which is very similar to how it was in 22, but just more productions, and I think better too. We have our little Central Cafe here. And then we have our supermarket. Go in? Nope. I always want to check. Can we go in? We got our bank here as well. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So from here we have like some more businesses around here as well. Let's head back down to the truck, and we're gonna hop in that and drive around the corner here. And got all of our businesses here that we've taken a look at. Then over here we have the dealership. Very much like we did in 22, but slightly different, This is the other end of our housing area there. And then over here, we have our logistics center here, which is part, new thing in FS25 where you can purchase all your stuff. Let me see, I think there should be a trigger. Just looking around here to see where the trigger is. Oh, here it is. So yeah, this is gonna be our standard where we can buy all the different things, which is handy because there is sometimes on those buildable projects where I just need a couple of things. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money to get a production for just a couple of whatever things it might be. We're gonna head this way because there's some more stuff here. We have a gas station, and this is actually like a real brand name gas station that is very popular in the Midwest. Although I think I heard they got sold or bought out. And then on top of that, we have our diner here with the outdoor patio seating. Which we did have something like this in the 22 version, but this is on a whole other scale here. I mean, this looks amazing. Definitely that small community vibe. All right, let's head out here. We're gonna take a right. As getting closer and closer to where we finally get to the farm. Our little tour of the map. So this area over here, if you play the 22 version, this is the abandoned farm, abandoned lot. So I believe, if I remember how Celobuki has it set up, is yes, you can. If you buy the land, you can clear out all this and build your own farm. So this is like a great, like, if you want to do a start from scratch series, this is the farm to start with. Gives you a place to kind of start and do like that whole survival build, you know, from zero, and you know, take some contracts, buy this land, and eventually over time build your own farm. But one thing that changed is back here on the back half of that is now, this is now in two different sections. Before it was, you bought it was all one lot of, well, actually I could be remembering this wrong, but I think it was all one section. But anyways, now it is two sections. And back here on the back half, we have a maple sap plantation. This is brand new to this map. It's a brand new production from Celobuki, and it's pretty awesome. So you have your maple trees here, and I think I have to buy the land to see. Yep. I think I do. All right, let's buy the land. We're gonna buy it. This is why I put in a bunch of money before we started. There we go. Got our triggers now. So over here on this, we have this new production here that comes with it for making maple syrup. Now this maple syrup is used in the pancake house. And it takes two things. If you remember from our lumber mill, we had the firewood. So this is where the firewood goes, and we combine that with maple sap to get maple syrup, which then can go over to our pancake house to make pancakes. And then over here we have the maple sap plantation, which takes water to get us sap. And then we take that sap over there along with the firewood, and we can make our maple syrup. And then this over here is going to be our trigger for dumping off our water to get all of our maple. And I love how like it has like just has these buckets here, because that's, yeah, that's the old school way of getting it right there. That's how you get it from trees. And I love it. I love it. So this is your maple orchard here for making your maple syrup. You gotta get your maple sap, get some firewood, and then you get maple syrup. So this is kind of a whole new part of this map. Now let's head back out here to the road through the abandoned farm. I try not to run into anything. And we're gonna, then right here before we head into town, we're gonna take a left here. And we're gonna head out towards our farm. Now this road does cut back over towards where we started. Oh, but as I brakes. Let's back it up here. Back her up. I wanted to turn right here. But we follow that road. Let's go to our map here so you can kind of see where we've been on all this. So we started down here. We've gone through here, checked out all of this area here. We have checked out this area here along with our park area, the lumber mill, the carpentry. Came up the road, cut across, checked out the mill. We did a flyover here to check out our production, the construction thing. Came through our town, checked out all the productions there, and our gas station, the diner, and everything. Came over here to Field 33 and checked out the brand new production of making maple syrup for one of the other brand new productions in this, the pancake. And now we're right here. So this road here goes down to the farm. This other road that we were on goes all the way back to almost where we start. And I just realized we're gonna head back down that way because there's something I forgot to show you. Hey James Sweet, how you doing? And you know what, I am the same boat. Like the very beginning I was saying, Iowa Plains has a special place for me, besides being a map that I have spent way too many hours on. We're talking hundreds of hours I've spent on this map. This map was also the first map I did a series on in 22. Whoops, as I'm running off the road here. When I first started on YouTube, this was the map I was playing on. This was how I started my channel with. So it has a special place in my heart, but also it was the map that kind of inspired me to really get into Farming Simulator, because I played it in previous versions but never really got into it. And this is the map that really kicked it off. Hi Liz, how you doing? So you already looked at this here. It's our rebuilding the museum. We're gonna take a little, before we head up here to the farm, which is just down the road there. We're gonna, actually, what is this place called? Jackson Farm. I will admit it's been a little bit since I played on Iowa Plains in 22. I just went blank there. Jackson Farm. Like I did say, I'm doing my first look at it with you guys. I have done, before going live, I didn't do anything but open the map, make sure everything worked, and grab a screenshot for the thumbnail. Other than that, I haven't checked out the farm, so this is gonna be my first look around here. So we're kind of discovering things together. So over here we have the Jackson Farm, which is a sell point, which I love that. I wish more maps did this, because like whenever I plan a map, like whether it's in a series or by myself, I grab some of those sell everything, sell points, and I put them down on the different farms that are on the map, just to simulate, hey, I'm selling, feed or whatever to other farms. Wait a second, is that a tractor up there? It's a wagon. How cool is that? Let's go take a look at that. Wait, I don't have to fly to get up there, do I? No, I don't. Oh. This is an early look. It is still being worked on, James. I believe there's still some things that he is working on. That's a nice little maze getting through here. But it's getting close. It's coming soon. I do know that this is an early access look, and there's the things Celobuki is going to still be working on. And with the next versions coming, which will probably be closer to his release version, it's going to need a new save from this version. So he did say, don't get too invested in this right now, because he said that the next version is going to require a new save. But Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That would help. You know, the big fields, I kind of have, this is actually one of the only maps I ever actually liked big fields on. Because a lot of times on most maps, I like the small to medium fields. And this map though is one of those ones where I actually like the way the fields are. Like they feel right. So here is the farm. Before we end the farm, just want to take a little quick view over the fields. Now, one thing I always did, speaking of fields, is I always split this cornfield in two, just because I wanted an access road to basically come up from here to here, so that I could access all those roads without having to go out on the main road. That was always just me. That was a me thing. Speaking of large fields. You know, that's one thing I appreciate about Celobuki. Yeah, quality does take time and his work shows it. I'm glad he is taking the time to do it and do it right. Because the end product is better as a result. Actually, let's go ahead and we're going to park. We'll pull into our parking area here, into the house, and then we're gonna take a little tour of the farm and check it out. So we have our farmhouse here. It is different than the one that came in the 22 version, but still same vibes. Just a little bit I like it. It feels a little bit more rustic and lived in from the 22 version, and I kind of love it. I do. I love it. Over here, we do have our main farmyard. We have our workshop area here. We have our shed. There is no, on this version, this early access one, there is no tractors yet. I am sure there will. I know there will be in the final version that comes out. We do have our grain complex over here, our grain silo, and then we have our other shed here, very similar to the one that is on Alma. And then over here across the way, just run over here, catch my breath. Yeah, there is, yeah. And actually, I kind of like having those bigger areas around the fields because, you know, speaking of that, that's one of those things I kind of always did when I was playing here is I did kind of widen just because I wanted to be able to get the equipment in and around the fields. And you know, it's kind of one of those things when you're farming, you're trying to maximize, get, you know, the most as well, but you kind of need that space to be able to maneuver around. And some of the equipment's kind of large, especially when you start looking at some of the bigger fields like you have on this map. I love how, like, outside of the edge, like, there's another little small farm just like down the road there. Like, so when you're down here on, you know, ground level, like, it's just like the road just keeps on going, and you can see the farm out there in the distance, and that's all off the map. Like, didn't have to do that, but he did. It looks amazing. So similar to the 22 version, we have our cow barn here. And just like before, we have our feed trigger here for feeding our cows. And we have our buy trigger here for the animals. And I believe this is going to be a bell shed. It is not yet, but I think that was the plan for this, I believe. And then over here we have our another shed. Sorry, hitting the cough button there because, oh man. The pollen is rough. The pollen is rough. Plus the flu. I'm almost over the flu though. Alright, and then last but not least is, I don't know if you can remember this, the huge pig confinement. It's back and it's here and it's big as before. Holds 1,600 pigs. And we're starting off with 250 pigs. That's a lot of pigs. But yeah, 250 pigs. Little baby piglets. So yeah, you're definitely starting off with a lot of pigs, but this thing will hold a bunch, a whole lot. This is your food trigger here, and that's pretty much the farm. Oh yeah, you got a big bunker here. So if you want to make a bunch of TMR, this thing's massive. Like you're getting a lot of silage from this. Holy crap! That's a big one. And then got a nice big grass field back here. Yeah, you're right about the courseplay. That's one of the things too I do like having about the, on some of those bigger fields, I tend to turn it over to workers. And that was one thing I love about this map in 22 is courseplay, and it's the same in 25, is you're not gonna, in most, you should rarely ever have any problems with the workers turning around. It's designed in a way where you're not gonna have problems, because you have the, you know, the area between where the trees are, you do your headlands. Yeah, you're not going to have any issues with workers on these fields. And I like that, you know, the fields are designed with that in mind. Because let's face it, we're going to use workers. And there are some, and sometimes it gets them, you know, the mappers, it's like, you know, the workers in the game, even with courseplay, have problems at times. We're not afraid to admit it. All right, last thing here to check out is our greenhouses. So let's head over to check these out here real quick. So we have basically 3 greenhouses, and these ones are unique to from Celobuki. And basically what we're getting from these is we get apples, blueberries, lemons, orange, pears, plums, and pumpkins. And those, I think the only one he currently has productions in here for is the pancakes, for making blueberry pancakes, and that sounds really yummy, by the way. And I do believe I saw a post on Celobuki's Patreon, and I missed a lot of his stuff the last couple of weeks, honestly, just because I've been sick and other things going on. Where he was asking for ideas of productions, and this is kind of giving me some ideas of, you know, like what would be some good productions to have here in this map, especially considering like these greenhouses. Because you have apple, blueberries, lemons, oranges. I mean, yeah, you can do juices, but I'm just trying to think, like, there's some other stuff too. I'm gonna have to think about this because I kind of having some ideas for productions, and it's giving me some ideas. I'm just not sure how complicated it would be, but I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit there, because sorry. Oh man, allergies are killing me. Yay, allergies. Now, one thing I'm not sure of is this coming to ModHub and to console? I don't know. I can tell you based on what I see right now, I don't think this will come to console. I'm not sure if it's going to come to Giants. It might just be a public release straight from Celobuki. One of the reasons that makes me believe it won't come to console is with the in the town, there are real brands of some of the buildings, specifically the gas station. I don't think that's going to be compatible with console. I have a feeling. But yeah. Either way though, I am looking forward to this coming out. I already have plans. Like, I've found that he's gonna be doing some more building and stuff like that. I think the farm is done, from what he said, but I think he has some more plans for productions and stuff like that. And I'm having ideas myself right now for productions. Because I mean, he already has a bakery, and I'm kind of like thinking like, hey, with some of these fruits, like he has apple, why not add apple pie to the bakery? Or what were the other fruits that we had in here? So there's blueberry pie, pumpkin pie. I mean, lemon pie. I want some pie now. Can I have some pie? I was trying to think like what else. Yeah, multi-grain production. Yeah. I was trying to think though, what else could he do on this with these productions? I mean, there's always jams, of course. Oh, I'm jealous. I want some strawberry cheesecake. I might have to order some cheesecake. It's probably a little late now. But yeah, I'm gonna have to start making some lists here, and I'm gonna have to send over a list of like, hey, here's some ideas for productions. So looking for the map, because I think the major thing is like, hey, with these right here, you already have the bakery, and we already have the flour and all the other stuff. You know, let's just add some pies, because every farm, like, come on, you're on a farm, you're gonna have pie. At least that's what I always, you know, that was a big theme back where I grew up. I don't know if it's healthy or not, but hey, fresh pie just smells good and tastes amazing. And after a long day in the field, man, yeah. But I'm definitely gonna have to. That's true. Well, I think in my case, it's my parents were, they were grandparents when I was born, so maybe that's why there was pie on our farm. Because yes, I had a grandma and grandpa. My parents were, yeah, they were already grandparents when I was born. I don't think this is the same house, or maybe it's just a different color house than the one in 22. Maybe it's the same, because I do remember these stairs going up here before on the 22 version. I don't remember the front looking like this, but I could just be remembering it wrong. I think in the last version, last time I played 22, I built a custom farm here. But, you know, one thing I do love about this is, like you mentioned, you put your own stuff down here, and I love how like this area is just all open. And I love that Celobuki is kind of giving you that open area to kind of make it your own farm. And actually, I'm just curious, are these? Yeah, these are all sellable too. Yeah, so everything on here is sellable, which is awesome. So yeah, you could totally come in and build your own farm if you wanted to, how you want to do it. You can keep here, you can kind of build around it, swap things out. But yeah, so this is Iowa Plains, and I'm excited for it. I want to play on it. I'm playing a lot, but I'm going to wait on playing on it a lot, getting like really into it, because like Celobuki said earlier, like Celobuki said, there is going to be an update coming for this as we get ready for the release of it, and that will require a new save, and I don't want to get too invested in it. Because once I start on this map, yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to stop, because yeah, it's just so amazing. I don't know if you saw, James, when I first started off here, it does have the BGA, and also it does have the fermenter production here for making your silage if you want. So you don't have to use the bunker, but you have to buy it. But for the most part, everything is the same. It has a redone animal dealer. The lumber mill, it does produce firewood, which is going to be used for making our taking the maple sap and making maple syrup for the pancakes production. And we have a very amazing community park here. Very well done. I love it. But I think apart from that, that is pretty much it. That is Iowa Plains as it is right now. I know there is more coming, and I can't wait to see the final product and start playing on it. I'm less like you, James. I like to leave things around. yeah, me too. But I think with this here, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I got this, and I was like, well, my voice is somewhat good enough right now, so I wanted to give a little preview of, yes, exactly like that. This is a blast from the past, and I cannot wait to play it. I'm excited for it. This is one of those maps that I'm excited to see, not just because it's, bringing back, but it's giving it a fresh look. And yeah, I can't wait for it. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day. And I think I see Gold Gaming's over there streaming, so I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I'll send everyone over there, and hope you all have a wonderful day.